Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, my name is Molly. I'm a registered dietitian specializing in acid reflux, GERD, LPR, IBS, and digestive issues. A question that I get from my clients all the time is, what is a safe electrolyte powder for me if I have acid reflux? So if you have acid reflux, it's really important to avoid citric acid, which is found in a lot of electrolyte powders. Sometimes when it's in food, it can be okay. It's oftentimes in food, it's actually okay because the food is more basic and can neutralize that acidity, but it's in something like an electrolyte powder. I have personally noticed for myself and also in a lot of my clients that can be really irritating. So you might know from my channel, from my content, that I struggled with acid reflux for years. I had really severe GERD and I was able to overcome these issues through nutrition, through lifestyle, stress management, and some strategic supplementation. And it's really my biggest passion to share GERD healing tips and acid reflux healing tips with you. And I'm really excited for this recipe. You might not know that I'm really into fitness and I'm an avid CrossFitter. I'm also a yoga instructor. I teach yoga on my app. The Flora app has tons of acid reflux friendly yoga in addition to recipes and nutrition, but I love fitness, and having an electrolyte powder that works for me is really important. And I have electrolytes daily. And so I'm really excited to make my own because I haven't really found one that I love and would recommend to my clients. I would love to someday, have a company that sells acid reflux friendly gum or acid reflux friendly electrolyte supplements, but I'm going to teach you how you can make your own at home today. Other thing to note is, why are electrolytes helpful? So electrolytes are key for your body's metabolic processes, for hydration. A lot of underlying constipation and even some health issues can be due to electrolyte imbalance. And if you're a very active person, if you're a heavy sweater, replenishing your electrolytes can be really, really helpful. An electrolyte that I use really frequently with my clients who have constipation is magnesium. And I find that supplementing with magnesium or even using electrolytes can really help them get good results with their constipation. So electrolytes might be helpful for you if you are active, if you feel like you are dehydrated, if you're not able to get in enough hydration due to digestive issues and you want to optimize the hydration that you are getting, or if you're constipated, this can be a really great thing. So we're going to go ahead and get started on the recipe. The first part of the recipe is going to be some fine grain sea salt. You could use fine grain Celtic salt, fine grain Himalayan pink salt, or just regular old fine grain sea salt. This would be the most affordable one. I personally don't use pink Himalayan sea salt. I love the color, so I would use it for the color, but the amount of trace minerals that you're getting in that Himalayan salt is actually not really helpful. And so I know there's a lot of talk about which salt is the best. To be honest, the data isn't there to support the use of pink Himalayan sea salt if it's expensive for you or if you can't find it. This is totally fine. I'm going to be starting with a half a cup of this fine grain sea salt, and I'm just going to be placing this in a reusable container so that I can grab a scoop, and I'll also put down below the amount per serving if you do a half teaspoon or a full teaspoon so that you know how much you're getting in terms of sodium, in terms of magnesium. That way, if you want to decrease the sodium, say you have hypertension or high blood pressure and you don't want to use as much sodium, you could definitely decrease the sodium in this recipe. I sweat a lot, so I do CrossFit like 5 days a week, and I find myself sweating a lot. So I have no problem with salt, and salt really helps me feel better as well. Sometimes I notice that if I'm feeling dizzy, lethargic, it may be because I have had enough hydration but not enough salt. So salt is sodium chloride, and sodium and chloride are essential for your body's processes, for your heart to beat, for everything. All right, so in goes my salt. The next thing that I'm going to be adding is magnesium malate. So magnesium is really helpful for your body's muscles to relax. It also is essential for digestion, for brain health, for mood. Magnesium is great if you are someone who's dealing with stress, you have a high stress job, you're an athlete, or you're under a lot of stress. Magnesium is really helpful to replenish. About 70% of people are deficient in magnesium, and it's also really common to be low in magnesium if you are under stress because your body just liberates your magnesium stores when you're stressed. If you don't eat a lot of green leafy vegetables as well, then you might be deficient in magnesium because magnesium is actually at the center of the chlorophyll molecule. The chlorophyll molecule is what makes our food green, and magnesium is right at the center of that. And so if you're not eating a lot of green leafy veggies, you could be deficient. I'm adding actually, I don't want to add a half a cup. I just want to add a fourth of a cup here. So I'm going to add half of this and put the rest back. And I'm going to be linking everything that I used for this on my Amazon store. If you haven't checked out my Amazon store, my clients and followers love that because I post all of like my favorite snacks, some supplements that I love, travel essentials, constipation essentials, low FODMAP products that I love. So definitely check that out. It's been a really helpful resource for my clients. Okay, so for the cup of magnesium, half a cup of sea salt, and then I'm going to be adding a half a cup of potassium chloride. Potassium is also essential for muscle function, heart function, brain health. So half a cup goes in here. And the forms that I'm using again are potassium chloride, magnesium malate. If you want, you could do magnesium citrate. That is going to be better for constipation. If you're someone who has diarrhea, I probably wouldn't use magnesium citrate in this. I would use magnesium malate. Okay, the next part is optional. If you want to add a little bit of a sweetener, I am going to be adding about a fourth of a cup of allulose. This is a powdered allulose. You could use a granulated allulose. The reason I'm using allulose instead of stevia is because allulose is my go-to sweetener of choice. When I bake things, a lot of times I'll use allulose instead of sugar because it's non-nutritive. It's zero sugar, zero calories, doesn't spike your blood sugar, and it's low FODMAP. It doesn't cause bloating. It doesn't cause issues like other sweeteners like erythritol. Allulose is found naturally in things like figs, and you can get it in the powdered form to use as a sugar substitute. I personally have never had any digestive issues with it. My clients tolerate it really well, and I do have a lot of clients that can't have stevia or erythritol, and so I don't usually recommend those on a, some in protein powders and everything. I do have stevia, but when I'm adding things, I will go for allulose. And then if someone it doesn't tolerate stevia well, I also will recommend allulose. So adding that in, and then I got some strawberry powder just to add some more flavor, to add some color. This is also optional, but I think it will add a nice pink color. I think it's going to come out like a nice Barbie pink. I'm going to put about a quarter cup of that powder in, and you could also use raspberry powder. You could use beet powder. I know a lot of people use beets in the sports nutrition world. I'm going to give this a good shake. Make sure it's all well mixed and combined. And then I'm going to take a look at the color because I might add a little bit more strawberry powder. I actually really like the color that this turned into. It's just a nice subtle pink. And this is going to be so awesome to throw into my water in the morning and replenish electrolytes on high sweat days. So again, I will post the recipe down below, and I'm also going to post what the mineral content is for half a teaspoon or 1 teaspoon down below. So be sure to check that out. If you haven't already, definitely check out all of my other videos in the acid reflux playlist. I am a registered dietitian, and I started a private practice that focuses on acid reflux and IBS. So we offer one-to-one counseling to help you design a personalized nutrition and lifestyle plan. And you can read my testimonials, read the client success from my practice, and it should be really inspiring for you if you're on a gut healing journey or a reflux healing journey. Definitely check those out. I also have an app called Flora. Flora is a more self-paced option where there's tons of video modules, recipes, yoga classes, meditations to guide you on your acid reflux or gut healing journey. So definitely check that out if you're looking for a more self-paced option. If you make this, let me know. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at mollypelletier.rd and let me know how it goes. See you at the next video.